I'm Joanne
I'm Amy.
from Magpies Cottage. Welcome back.
Happy Saturday.
Yep. Here for the Salvo Mittens class.
I'm excited about this one, folks.
Yeah, yeah. You're not in there. We got to
not
get
in.
you all the way in
Okay,
there.
yeah, we're all in.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so you want to talk about your Salvo Mittens right away since that's the exciting thing?
Okay, well, I've been on a journey exploring this technique, and it's all about the color work. And I have had, okay, so this is the mate to the shop sample. You can see it doesn't have its thumb yet because I wanted it that far to talk about that. And this is a Selbu mitten. All right. Selbu mittens are from a region in Norway. They are these, you know, we talk about Norwegian mittens. You gotta be careful because there are lots of regions in Norway and lots of regions have their own style of mittens.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Trondheim is another region known for their mittens. And the Selbu, though, has an interesting tradition in that they know exactly who started them.
Oh, okay.
Most knitting traditions, no clue, you know, because they're old. But these were started in the early 1800s by this lady who was about 16 years old. And she was working on a farm for some guy, and she was challenged to make him some mittens. So she came up with the Selbu. And they were traditionally black and white, which is why I did mine in black and white. And the reason it's undyed yarn, okay? And they started out being more of a dress special occasion, but they became so synonymous with the region that everybody had to have them. There were special mittens made for like important occasions, like weddings.
Oh, okay.
So if you were the bride, you had to knit mittens for all the men that were attending. No, the family of the groom's men. Okay, so the groom, his father, all of that. You had to knit mittens for them. That was part of the tradition.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then guests who came to the wedding, everybody got mittens. But you would enlist your lady friends' help to knit these mittens, and then you had to be sneaky and engineer it so that you could make sure that your lady friends' mittens went to their husband.
Oh, okay.
So there was all kinds of stuff with it.
Okay.
You know, it's kind of interesting. It also was the end of the Napoleonic Wars, and there were issues between England, France, and at the time Norway was controlled by Denmark. And so these issues led to the fine mittens and knitwear that came from England. They couldn't import them anymore because they were all mad at each other.
Oh.
So that led to this whole cottage industry kind of thing going on. So what started out as a dare became a cottage industry, ended up replacing what would have been the mittens as part of the traditional Norwegian costume. Now, a Selbu mitten has some very distinct characteristics. Two colors, usually black and white, but they don't have to be because we have colored yarn now. This star motif right here, that is called a Selbu rose, all right? And the Selbu rose is not always on mittens. You can have scroll work, you can have animals, you can have flowers, all kinds of stuff, but this is the most common. Then the other thing that they have, okay, this one has a colorwork cuff. Most of the time cuffs were plain. This is my other sample, all right? So and women especially had plain cuffs. If you were gonna see a fancy cuff, it was on a man's mitten, okay? The palm side of the mitten is always done in a checkerboard geometric. No, geometric here, where your gusset is for your thumb. I'll bring that a little closer. Right here, that gusset for the thumb is always done in this checkerboard, okay? All mittens, Selbu mittens, have this dividing line that goes all the way around the mitten. You can see it with the black and the white here. It's real wide. It's 3 stitches wide on this one. This dividing line that goes all the way around the mitten that separates the front and the back, and they have to have that.
Okay.
Then, of course, you've got the pointy top, and the thumb will be pointy as well. The thumb, the inside of the thumb is going to continue this checkerboard pattern on the inside of the thumb. on the outside of the thumb, it gets its own motif. And it doesn't necessarily match this. It'll have something else. Okay? So this is DK work. Oh, and that was the other thing. You know, we think of this fancy color work stuff is done in fingering weight yarn. Most Salvo mittens were done in DK.
Okay.
They are one size pattern. You know, they don't do multiple sizes. And if you want to make a kid's mitten, you change your needles and you change your weight of yarn.
Okay.
If you want to make a bigger mitten, a man's mitten versus a woman's mitten, it's bigger needles.
Well, you could probably add stitches where the black stripe is, too.
You maybe could add some along the edge, but generally not.
Oh.
All the traditional patterns I've read and looked at never did that.
Oh.
They always changed their size with their gauge and needles.
Okay.
So this is the shop sample of the DK weight version. And then this is my other one that I'm knitting. Now, I usually knit my color work or my round knitting, circular knitting on magic loop. These I'm doing on double points, and I'm not crazy about the double points, but okay. And again, now this is a very traditional pattern. So here's the thumb gusset, and there's the checkerboard. Here's the geometric on the palm. I'm up at right where I'm gonna take the stitches off for the thumb, and then you cast on behind them to get that.
I'm gonna stop Roomba.
Okay, yeah, Roomba's running around. It's really kind of funny.
Yeah.
And this one has scroll work on its patterning, and of course it's a woman's mitten. It's mine, so I did a plain cuff. You have the ability with the Selbu mitten, once you've got the bones of how they work, you can interchange patterns. If there's one you like more than another, you just swap them out. So it's been a journey with these.
Good.
Now, the other thing is, I did this. Now, I know that this doesn't look like much, but boy, even like looking at it now on the camera, you can really see the difference. Here. Okay. I was playing around last night holding my contrast yarn in my left hand versus my right hand. The bottom motif down here, this part, was done with the main color in my right hand and my contrast in my left, okay? And this one was the opposite. Look at the difference in the two. Personally, I like the bottom one better. So, at any rate, it does matter. And, you know, there are people that talk about color dominance and whatever, and some people say it's, you know, BS, and some people, oh, no, it matters. Well, with my knitting, it matters.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and then there's people that say it doesn't matter at all which hand you're using. It's true. The hand don't matter. It's your tension.
Right.
But obviously for you, your tension is looser in one hand than the other.
Well, it matters,
So,
and it matters the path that the yarn travels. You know, as you stretch this out and the stitches kind of snuggle into each other, they're going to have more room to snuggle because there's more yardage, if you will, or fiber length in the lower one than in the top one. So, I don't know. It's been very interesting, you know, to say the least with this. And I have enjoyed studying this, and I'm going to knit these mittens for a while now. They're just fun.
Good.
Totally fun.
Good. So, what are you wearing?
I am wearing Woodland Journey. Yeah, Woodland Journey by Lisa Ross. I tested this for her a couple months ago.
Okay, it's beautiful.
I've never worn it, believe it or not. It's the first time I'm wearing it.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah.
Very nice.
The colors are just fun.
Yeah. Is that slip stitches for the color?
Mosaic, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's all mosaic.
Okay.
So, okay, I got some FOs. Do you got an FOs?
Oh, I got one FO.
Okay, you show your FO. I've been yakking the whole time. You do it.
Okay. Well, I have a sock for Sock Club. This is out of Knitting Fever's painted sock. You'll notice it's darker down here and it gets lighter, and it actually starts to turn orange at the top. I mean, if I would use the rest of the ball, it would have gone all the way to rust. Let me see if I have that. But this is going to be for Sock Club. I'll be packaging those up today. No, I don't have it with me. The notion is lavachet, a bar of lavachet.
Oh, yum.
So, and then the pattern and the yarn. The yarn comes in two 50-gram balls, so they're exactly the same. I found it to be a little thinner than most sock yarns I work
Okay.
with. So I did these, you can see a nice tight gauge on a 0. And I usually use a 1.5, so that was quite a bit smaller for me.
Yeah, and I always use
And
a 0 to begin with. I don't know what I did that on.
This is a size small, and it's 64 stitches.
Wow.
So if I was going to do it for me, I would do either 68 or 72 stitches because of using the 0 and the fine yarn.
Interesting.
So that was one FO.
This is
The
best
other
one.
FO is I was at a quilt retreat. I worked on 3 quilts.
Three?
3.
Wow.
I only finished 1, so I'm just going to show the one I
Oh,
finished.
this is so pretty.
Well, I only finished the top. I did not quilt it yet.
Isn't that common with quilters?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of quilters have stacks ready to be.
I just love the purple and the green and
Oh, how's it showing in the camera? I can't see.
It's gorgeous. It's fine.
Okay, so that's that. I finished that up. This was the 2017 Sheboygan County Quilters Guild Mystery Quilt.
Really?
Yeah, they gave us a block a month kind of thing pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And so there were 12 clues. The 12th clue being assembly instructions. So all year for 2017 we got the clues.
Wow, I didn't know they did that.
So a lot of people finished them in 2018, but not me.
Well, that's not a big
Yeah.
deal.
Yep,
No,
but
when,
now it's
it was
finished.
just the pattern and you picked the colors.
Yeah, I picked all the fabrics. I had this fabric way back when my sister lived in Racine. She called me up one day and said, Hancock Fabrics is closing. You got to come here. So I did. And this was a fabric I got when Hancock Fabrics closed. And the other ones I just picked to match. So, yeah.
I always
So-
liked going to Hancock Fabrics.
Yeah, it was closing in Racine. It wasn't nationwide then. I don't know if there's any left now.
Well, there was one in the strip mall in Madison near the
Oh,
Cliff Market,
okay.
but I don't know if that one's there either. I have no idea.
Okay. I know several years later I went to one in Rhinelander. I don't know if that's still there or not either.
Interesting.
So those are my 2 things
So-
that were finished.
When they gave you the pattern, or, you know, the pieces, do you get color guidance?
Yeah, they say get a light, a medium, a dark, and a focus or something like that.
Okay.
So, and then they tell you the yardage. And then the first clue is also cutting instructions, so you can start cutting. And then the second clue starts to tell you, it just told you make like little half square triangles, or, you know, just make just flying geese like this.
Okay.
You know, and it was just little pieces of it. And it didn't get until way further in the clues that you put the pieces together to make a whole block.
Okay.
So, yeah, 12 clues it took to get the whole thing.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to retirement so I can do that.
It's fun. Yeah, and I worked on 2 other ones, but they're not done, so I'll show them when they get done.
Okay. Wow. Well, then I finished a cowl.
Okay.
This one is called Earthshine by Hillary Smith Callis.
Oh.
There. A nice big woolly.
Yeah, the same shape as the Appia and Star Shower.
Yep. Same
Yeah.
designer, yeah.
Yeah.
And I've worn it a couple of times and it's very comfy.
Good.
Nice and warm. So I finished that. I gotta figure out what my gauge is because I'm using this yarn again for another project. So I have to figure out what I knit it at. So you don't always have to swatch. You can use something you used.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. If you got good project notes and Ravelry, which I don't.
I do. I do.
I swatch all the time. I'm always swatching.
I do it when I have to.
I just do a little one, like here.
I
know
haven't
what?
seen that in a long time.
That's because it's my secret project.
Well, we can't show that then.
No, but I can show my swatch.
It's in
So
there.
I just do a little bitty swatch like this. I don't go crazy. And now, because this yarn has a lot of cotton in it, I'm gonna take this and pin it to the bulletin board and hang a binder clip on it.
Yep.
And let it sit there for a few days so I know how much it's going to stretch. Then I'll know how to make my sweater, if I should make it a little shorter or not.
Cool.
Because, yeah,
That's really
I've
pretty.
had a lot of cotton stuff really stretch.
I know, I get that. I don't even like to knit it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? My favorite cotton, though, is Kobasi. And
Yeah,
I like
well,
it in...
yeah, that's only half cotton.
Right, but I'm happy with the results when I
Right.
knit it, you know? I
Yeah.
won't knit anything 100% cotton because I get angry. Stretches the way I don't
out.
like,
Yeah.
you know? So the Kobasi goes back. You can throw it in a dryer. I've knit 2 sweaters out of it, and one was the fingering weight, one was the DK weight, and I've been happy with them both.
My favorite sweater ever is the one I made out of linen.
I
I think you bought some of that linen. You
Yeah.
haven't knit it yet. but
Yeah,
you
I
bought-
did.
Did you?
made
black.
that breezewood
Oh,
t-shirt,
yeah.
a t-shirt out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a tank.
But that's my favorite sweater.
Really?
I love wearing that.
Interesting.
So,
Okay, and then I finished a sweater. This was a test knit for Laura Aylor. It's due to be released very soon. It is called A Little Romance. Now, I don't know where she comes up with these names, but I like it. But it's got color work at the neck, and then the pattern does not call for the color work on the cuffs and the hem, but I did it anyways because I'm naughty.
oh, okay.
She doesn't care when you test for her. She's very, you know, she doesn't. She wants you to keep your yardage, you know, and I did, but put in, you know, right in the notes. Yeah, I added the color work, and you know what length you knit it to, because Laura seems to be. I have never met her in person, but she seems to be short-waisted because everything is so short.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and all of her patterns. So I know that when I'm knitting her pattern, I just gotta add length. Okay, so I added length to the body, and I added the color work to the bottom and the sleeves, and I'm very happy with it. I love the concept. I want to tighten the neck up. I'm gonna take out my edging, and I'm gonna redo it tighter. Okay, I gotta figure out a way. And
It didn't look bad. It's just your comfort.
Yeah.
But it looked good when she wore it Thursday.
Yeah. Well, and you know how like the arms seem long? If I tighten up that neck, that'll bring the arms up too.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people are designing that low bat wing kind of arm right now.
hate
I don't
that.
like that so much.
No.
But,
So,
you know, sometimes that stuff looks really good on smaller sizes. You know?
okay, and yeah, when you're a little more rounded,
Yeah.
not so much. I hear you on that. So,
Yep.
those are my 2 FOs for the month.
Okay. Oh, I had another FO.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we've got this here. We might as well talk about it.
Okay, this is a new yarn, and this is a hat I made with it. It was my Van Dyke Chuck hat. I kind of just got the stitch pattern and put it together with the hat pattern. And this head's kind of small, but you can kind of see the pattern in there. It's called Van Dyke. It's made out of Juniper Moon Santa Cruz organic wool. Oh my God, I love this stuff. We have several colors.
I love it
6
too.
colors. It's Aran weight, I would call it. They have it on here as worsted, but it's
It's a heavier worsted.
it's heavier. It's
and
191 yards, I think.
Yeah, it's not itchy.
No.
And I'm picking up as one. Anyways, you could knit this at an Aran gauge for something looser, but I think this would make a phenomenal weekender.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking all the while I was knitting this, that it should have been a weekender.
Yeah. So we've got this gold, it's pretty,
Yep.
and this red, black,
And a natural. Or they're
And-
calling it ivory.
and a blue, and then of course gray. Gorgeous,
Yeah.
gorgeous yarn for just this wonderful, heavy-duty, thick, woolly, wonderful warm sweater.
Yeah.
So yeah, weekender, clearly. There's another one that I thought it would work. I can't think of it now.
Yeah. Beautiful stuff.
And then we
So-
get to this.
Oh,
What's
I
this?
put that in there to remind us we got all the heritage restock. I got a few in the vault that just came. The
Black.
black the white and the grays, but all the colors came last week and they're up on the wall already. Everything is restocked. This was on back order since November, and finally we got it in.
Wow.
Yeah. You'll notice they changed the label a little.
Yeah, they did.
Because it came out of India now. They closed the plant in China, and now it's coming from India.
Well, that probably is why it was back ordered.
Maybe. But yeah, they do that all the time, though, with that black. I should have ordered like 20 bags, because before you know it, it'll be on back order again.
Yeah, no kidding.
But yeah, so
Cool.
we have it all stocked, the whole wall full of color again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
And what else I'm knitting on is my Colorwork sweater. It's that much further. I talked about this last time, so I'll just show you. This is my progress. And I think it's the culprit. I'm not sure. It's either this or the lotion, but my hands are bright red and itchy and sore, both of them.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't know if it's that or because I used that lotion that was here on the table. It's one of those two.
Wow.
And this is better because I've been putting the hydrocortisone cream on.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah,
You got it all the way up your arms.
it goes till about here.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's got to be the lotion because the fiber's in your hand
Yeah.
and it doesn't come in contact with your skin. Whereas I would have a tendency if I'm, rubbing lotion in, I'll go up the arm a little bit. I bet it's the lotion.
Yeah. So
Wow,
I'm going to
did it
leave
itch?
both of them. It itches like mad, and then it hurts because I scratch it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to leave both the lotion and the project alone for a while, and then I'll do them one at a time and see which one it is.
What? That's just Cascade.
Yeah, it's Peruvian wool, Peruvian Highland wool. So it's a little different than
Okay, so how is that
others.
compared to this?
I don't know.
This is, it's grown in Argentina. So
Yeah, that's close
it's organic
to Peru.
merino, humanely grown in Argentina.
Yeah. Now, I don't know what's organic, because this, to me, looks like a commercial dye. So, it
Yeah,
must
but
be just the wool is organic, and then they dye it normal.
I would think so. It's definitely not like a kettle dye or.
Yeah, no. And they're pretty consistent through the whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but it's wonderful to work with.
I love, I have a new test starting. And had I known you were getting this in, I would knit what I'm testing in it.
Mm.
But it didn't come in until this week.
Well, now you know, next
Now I know.
time.
No, I know. I just love this. I would knit these two together.
Mm-hmm. I love that gold. I don't know what it is. I'm into the gold stuff
Me
lately.
too lately. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Because
almost the color of that sweater.
even when you mix the gold with the
Right.
blue, look at that.
But look at this.
Yeah.
I mean, the gold is
Beautiful.
going with everything. You could do this.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. This
Yeah.
is just an amazing color. So,
What are you working on?
well, you saw my mittens.
Right?
This is my other pair of mittens. This is the one mitten. This is the, these are called Paws, and it's a Kate Davies pattern. I have wanted to knit a Kate Davies pattern only because she is like I think it's Scottish. I don't know, British,
Okay.
so, somewhere in that island group. Anyways, and she does wonderful color work. And I've never knit a pattern of hers. She makes these amazing hats, tams, that sort of thing. And these are called Paws. And these little
Okay.
snowflakes. There's a matching hat, which I probably will knit, but I don't know when. And this has an afterthought thumb right there. And as Joanne was telling me, I don't have to put the afterthought thumb here. I can move it if I do it like we do the heels for socks.
Mm-hmm.
Duh. Because this mitten's too long, and I might have to frog it. So.
Or at least the top part of
Top part of it, yeah. So I don't know. I have no idea where this mitten is going to go because here's his partner. Here's the cuff. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm ready to start the color work on the second mitten, and I'm going to do that on a smaller needle, and we'll see where it ends up.
it. Okay.
I don't know. So between all of my mitten things, I'm working on this. This is called Colorful Geometry.
Oh, yeah, I like
love this. So the gray I had in stash, it's quite a bit heavier than my contrasts, but I don't care because I'm loving it. And it is this, it's knit on the bias, and so you do the triangle on this end first, and then I've got 5 minis in here. This was Twizzlefoot.
Oh,
That
yeah,
one of those
that's
sets of
nice
5 that
yarn.
you had.
Yeah.
And I love this stuff. But it is dramatically thinner than what I'm using. But I don't think you'll notice it when I wear it.
Right.
So, and then this is all a wool silk blend. So that was part of the reason I wanted this part. This is a wool silk blend, and I wanted a wool silk blend, so a scarf. So
yeah.
But so now I've got to knit the gray section in the middle, and then when you get to the other end, this decreasing triangle. Each one of the triangles is done in a color.
Okay.
So.
And let's put this a little closer. Can you see the texture on those triangles there?
It's really fun.
Yeah. So yeah, I like the texture on that.
Yeah, and the variegated on the gray is looking okay with it. So, what the heck? It's working out pretty good.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
So, and then after I finish this and then another stealth project, then I will cast on that next sweater.
Okay.
So, that's what I'm working on. I feel like I'm really, really knitting a lot, but I'm not getting anything done because I'm experimenting with the mittens.
Oh, yeah.
So, I think I need to just...
That's what happens when I develop patterns, too. You knit, 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 and you don't get anything done because there's a lot of planning going on in your head, and you rip things out to make things better. So, yeah.
That's where I'm at right now. And I want to... So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to knit the red mittens, finish them up. And then my experiment with my Selbus, I'm just going to kind of let it linger.
Okay.
You know, and just kind of enjoy the process of learning about it and try some different yarns, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Play with it.
Yep.
And then, you know what? There's Selbu patterns written for heavier weight yarns, too.
Oh, I saw those. Like, yeah, the easiest ones. And Jennifer Stein, yes, or is that who did it?
No, the one I'm using is Skandir, whatever.
Oh, Skandir, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't she have like a book of 5 or 6 of them?
Yeah, she's got-
And it goes all the way from the chunky weight down to fingering.
Yeah, and she did it for 3 years. I only
Yeah.
bought year 3 because I liked, and, you know, the patterns that were in year 3. But she's got a year 1 and year 2, and all of them have chunkier weight yarns in
Yeah.
it. So the thought is crossing my mind to do this because I have to. But if I really want to be different about it, I could do this.
Sure.
So I don't know. I'll play with it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try, you know, I want to try this yarn. I just love it. So.
Well, Juniper Moon, you can never go wrong. I mean, I think I love all their yarns.
You know, I used their Finley for a shawl, and it was just a beautiful shawl. So, yeah.
You did something in Finley DK.
That's the one.
Oh, okay, yeah, the DK.
The Finley DK.
Yeah, regular Finley's lace weight.
Oh, see, and I've not used that.
Okay.
And then there was the Harriet. Is that it?
Harriet is all alpaca.
Yeah, and I used that.
Super soft.
Yeah, I used that for a shawl, too.
Okay.
And it was wonderful. And the shawl that was the Harriet just had this amazing drape to it.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've been very happy with Juniper
Okay.
Moon when I've used it.
Yeah.
So,
Nice company.
yeah, I think so.
All
Okay.
right. I think that's all we have.
Oh,
for
no, no,
today.
no, no.
What else?
My tallies.
Oh, yes. How are you doing on your, I don't know what you're
way-
calling it.
Well, my stash down.
Oh,
It's
stash.
more out than in.
Yeah,
Okay?
Yeah.
Well, and right now, my ins are through the chart. Oh,
Yeah.
high. But it's because I'm not finishing anything. You know? In my ins, I've got a sweater quantity of yarn. Well, yeah, the sweater's going to be cast on next week, you know? And I'm not finishing my mittens, so my mittens are, nothing's going down. So I'm way high.
Okay. Do you have numbers for us? Like
I have
yardage
to,
or anything?
No,
Okay.
I didn't, I just, yeah, like I've knit up, like it's in the 3,000 yards I've knit up, but I've in 8,000 yards.
Oh, boy.
Well,
yeah,
that's-
that's
but
going to take some catching up.
Yeah, so it's been challenging.
Okay. All right. We'll check back the end of March.
Yes, feel free.
Okay.
I will keep you updated on my spreadsheet.
Okay.
And it's kind of fun because, yeah, I got one column or one section of the spreadsheets, my ins, and I'm listing everything I buy. And, I did not list, I bought some of those Smarties, knitted with Smarties.
Oh, yeah, those little minis.
I didn't list that. I'm not.
Yeah, those are only 45 yards.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not listing them.
Okay.
That's kind of like the cheating on the diet thing.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Not listening to Smarties. But, so yeah, I did that. And, well, it didn't help that I went to the Midwest Fiber Frolic down in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And Leading Men were there. And whenever Leading Men's around, I have to have a fix. So.
Oh, I love that Diva yarn they have. That is so nice.
Yeah. So I that's where most of my ins came from. I bought, what did I buy? I bought yarn for a shawl from them and yarn for a shawl. They had Black Cat was there too. Okay. And I like their yarn. Yeah. So, I mean, I will tell you truthfully, the only reason I went is because I knew Black Cat was going to be there and I knew Leading Men were going to be there.
Okay.
And
where was it held?
At this hotel near the airport.
Okay.
It was small. It wasn't big, but good yarns. Northern Bee was there. See, and that was the other reason. I knew this test was coming up, and I knew I wanted a woolly yarn like this.
Yeah.
Okay. And to knit it. And they were going to be there. So I wanted to see what their worsted looked like.
Okay.
As it turns out, I didn't like the colors, so I didn't use that.
Okay.
But that was the other reason I went. I wanted to look at their worsted to knit that sweater. I wanted to look at Leading Men, and I wanted to look at Black Cat. And then there was Bumblebee Acres Farm was there. And I had never seen their yarn. Very pretty.
Okay.
Very pretty. And then Ogle Yarns. Now, she's out of Milwaukee, and
Oh, I never heard of them.
exactly, me either. But she's got really nice stuff. She does gradients,
Oh, okay.
gradient cakes, and other things too. But that was what she had that I bought. And when I went to Stephen B. for his class,
Yeah.
I sat next to her.
Oh, okay.
So I thought I gotta go check it out.
Stephen West. Did you
Stephen
just say
West,
Stephen
Stephen West. Sorry.
What a difference.
Well, I kept saying bee and Northern Bee and Bumblebee Acres. And the bee was on the ad.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, they're like night and day.
Yeah.
But at any rate, so when my class from Stephen West, I sat next to her.
Okay.
And it was nice sitting next to her and a great conversation. And so I thought, I got to check out your yarn.
Good.
So that's why I went. And if if you think about it, my spreadsheet would be in really good shape right now if I didn't go to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yep.
But I was allowed to purchase yarn at yarn events. That was one of my, because I'm not going to go to something like that or ZK or Stitches and not buy yarn. It ain't happening.
Right.
So that's it.
Okay.
So between that, ZK, Stitches, and if I get in for Leading Men in November, I don't know what I'm going to do about that one. Those 4 things, I can buy yarn there.
Okay. What about the stop at Firefly?
Yeah, that too. She knows all my secrets. Yeah, I stopped at Firefly because they had Nightshade, and I wanted to try Nightshade. So now I have Nightshade. See, so there is sweater quantity in my stash.
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to do?
You better knit it up. That's what I got to say.
I guess so.
Okay.
But at any rate, I will get this stash in control. I just need positive encouragement once in a while. So.
Well, you do knit a lot, so and you can knit for hours and hours. I get bored. I can't do
Switch
that.
projects.
I do a lot, but still I start getting bored, and I just start daydreaming or listening to conversation or whatever. I stop.
Oh,
knitting.
see, I can daydream and knit at the same time.
No, I stop. I can go like gangbusters for maybe an hour and a half straight. That's then about it.
Oh my gosh, I can do a 6-hour stretch easily.
Oh no!
I mean,
so the other day when I knit so much on this, and then that's when my hands broke out. I was surprised. Thursday, because Kay came at 1:30, and I was knitting pretty steady on this till maybe 6 o'clock, 6:30. Then I started like just talking and not knitting anymore.
Well, you were knitted out by that time.
Yeah. I mean, I rang a few people out, but Most of that day I was back here knitting.
Nice day.
Yeah. Okay, I'm
Okay.
done.
I'm done.
Okay, see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.